Hello guys, so this is a pickups video. I haven't done a pickups for ages. As usual, I only do them every few months because I don't pick up that much stuff, but I've amassed quite a lot of stuff here and it's getting to the point where I can't remember where half of it came from, so it's going to be in such a random order. I've just got it piled up, so some of them are like event pickups, some of them are eBay, Facebook, blah 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 blah. So I'll just start as they're laid out, so it might jump around a bit here. So first one is this Ghost Squad for the Wii. Now this is a funny one because I actually bought this about 3 years ago at one of the London gaming markets, and I was with Scott, SegaSaturnLad, and he kind of looked after it for me for the day in his bag, and he ended up taking it home, and we keep forgetting to do the exchange and stuff. And then at the arcade club meetup, which has just been about maybe 2-3 weeks ago, because what's today? I think it's like the 24th of Feb today that I'm recording this. God knows when it's going to go up. But yeah, he finally gave me this copy of Ghost Squad. Now this is like a AM2 game, so I believe this is AM2's last game, but feel free to correct me if it isn't. So yeah, finally got that in the collection. Here's a couple of Doncaster pickups. So I went to Doncaster Market, God, when was that? Arse end of last year, I guess. I'm not too sure. Or was it even this year? See, I don't know what's going on. But I found Red Alert boxed and it was £5. So pretty nice condition. It's not mint or anything, but I love Red Alert. It's got all the business in there and the manual and everything, but such a classic game. Command & Conquer and Red Alert on the PC I played to death back in the day, so it's nice to just add that to the big box collection. I've done a lot of rearranging, so we've got a little Amiga and PC big box section now up in the cabinet at the top there, so that's going to go in there, so I couldn't turn that down for a £5. And next Doncaster pickup was Kieran, GameboysAreAwesome. He had this up on his stall. He was selling all sorts of odds and ends, and he had Super Off-Road on the Amiga there, and I think he had it marked up at about £8, and I sort of said £5, and he said yes, so he kind of helped me out there. But this is one of my childhood favourites. I love the arcade game. I loved it on the Amiga. I love everything about it. I still really love playing it, especially with friends, and it's such a great little racing game. And again, really nice nick inside. It's got the manual, which is absolutely untouched and mint, and it's got the discs. So again, that's going to go up with the rest of the big box stuff, and it's nice to have some of the games that meant a lot to me during childhood. Although I never owned this with the box. I had a copied version, as many of us did with Amiga games. You swap discs on the playground and what have you, and you never actually own the actual game because we couldn't buy many games at that age. I was probably, what, 10, 11 when we got an Amiga, and your pocket money doesn't go very far when it comes to buying games, so most of the games I had were copied, including this. And the last thing I got at Doncaster was a gift, and that was from David Jamieson. So cheers to David Jamieson. He's on all the Facebook groups. Really nice guy. Does a lot of buying and selling. But I wanted this game off him, and he ended up just saying, just take it. So really appreciate that. NBA Live 95. One that is, it's a weird one that it's not in my collection. Been collecting Mega Drive for God knows how many years now, maybe 8 years now. And this is one of my childhood favourites, NBA Live 95, and I just never added it to the collection, even though it's only like, say, probably £5 or something. So awesome, David, thanks for the gift. And not only was it one of my childhood favourites, but I've got a really great memory of when I first moved out of my parents' house, which had been 19 years ago when I was 19, which sounds absolutely horrific to hear out loud. But yes, I am that old. So yeah, 19 years ago I moved out, and I lived with two guys, and we had a Dreamcast and we had a PS2, but I had a Mega Drive at the time, because even back then I was kind of into the retro, and I loved playing my Mega Drive. And when I moved out of my parents' house, I had this stereo. It's like a Panasonic little mini system, you know, you have, and I'd had it since I think I got it for my 12th or 13th birthday. and it was really good. It was still working, but I thought I'm going to chuck this out, and then when I move out of my parents' house, that's going to force me to get a proper sound system for the first time. So when I moved out, I went down to Richer Sounds, and I spent probably best part of $1,000 on an amp and speakers, and we set them up in the flat. And the first thing I wanted to do was play Mega Drive through it, and it sounded absolutely amazing. And I remember us playing NBA Live 95, a load of us, which is a great memory. What we got now? Secret Santa gifts. So every year on Galaxy Sega we do Secret Santa. So we do a group one, and then we do an admin one between all the admins. So on my group one, I got various things. I got this little Tails keyring there, which is awesome. And this little mini arcade cab, one of these little mini arcade machines, which has got various sort of games on it. I can't remember what games they are. They're just sort of random knockoff games, but I was thinking of maybe using this for display purposes, setting up one of the little Street Fighter figures or something, playing this cab. I don't know, we'll see. And right, my Mega Drive stuff's a mess, so I'm not going to pull it out, but I also got XDR, X-Dazedly Ray, on the Mega Drive, Japanese shooter, which is awesome. So whoever my Secret Santa was on Galaxy Sega, thank you very much. Now my admin Secret Santa got me this. Sorry guys, battery died there, but yeah, my admin Secret Santa, whoever that is, got me this awesome Dreamcast sign, which I assume is one of Nathan Russell's. I do have another one just here. There's the Sega one. Yeah, you can see that. So these are awesome. So that's been pride of place on the display with the Dreamcast games down in the cabinet there. It looks amazing. So cheers again, Secret Santa. I bought a couple of these little weird figures. I can't remember what they're called, but these little figures that Game are doing. So they're these they're just little figures. They don't do anything, but they're really, really cool. But when they came out, they're like $12.99. I thought they're cool, but come on, $12.99 for a little figure, there's no way I'm going to justify that. But when we were up at Arcade Club the other week, I popped into Game on the Saturday morning as we were walking to Arcade Club, and they had an offer on where they had 2 for $10. So I picked up Parappa the Rapper there, and I picked up this little Lemmings one, which is awesome, and I'm really happy to pay a $5 each for those all day long. It was like I said, a bit too expensive otherwise, but yeah, $5 I'm happy at. Also at Arcade Club I got gifted this Sonic 2 manual. Now another crazy thing that all these years of collecting, and my Sonic 2 has been without a manual all this time, and I just never kind of went out my way to pick one up. And Danester83, I'll link all these people in the description by the way, so go and check them out. But Dana, top guy, he sorted me out with a Sonic 2 manual for absolutely nothing. So thanks mate for completing my Sonic 2, because I was living a life of shame up until now. This one I bought off Facebook, and it was basically just for the case, and it's R-Type on the PC Engine. Now I have R-Type, which you can probably see there, Q card only, and I don't really collect PC Engine. I got a Turbo Everdrive because I didn't want to start collecting, and it's just far too much money, and the last thing I need to be doing is starting another collection. But I do have a little collection of PC Engine games, so I took the opportunity to add this case very cheaply to my collection to house my Q card. Now it does have a Q card inside, although he tells me it doesn't work, but I will be testing that. I haven't actually tested to see if it works, because you never know. Now these two I got on another Facebook group, I forget, maybe it was Retro Realm, but a couple of PS1 games. So we got Speed Freaks, which is like a little kart racing game. but someone recommended it to me on one of my videos and said it's a really great game, check it out. So I was kind of watching some of them on eBay, and they seem to go for about 15 quid. And then I got the opportunity to pick it up very cheap. I can't remember what I paid for the pair, but they were very cheap. And I also got Gekido Urban Fighters, which I have never played but also heard good things about. I did just pick up the Gekido game for the Switch. Spoiler alert, I did buy a Switch, and it is dog shit. So I'm hoping this one's going to be better. This is one off Mr. Scott Brand, aka Sega Zombie, your friend and mine, link in the description. And another classic big box PC game, and it is, I say PC, it should be Amiga, I would have thought, I hope. Let's check. Yes, it is Amiga, thank God, because I originally played this on the Amiga. Yeah, Theme Park, classic Bullfrog game, big fan of Bullfrog, and this is just such a great game, probably my favourite of this type of game, the kind of park management games. Not that I've played a whole load of them, but still. Yeah, top price he did me on this. Really good price, way less than a tenner. Really nice nick and complete. And again, a lovely big box game to have in the collection to remind me of when I used to play it, because you can't beat the artwork on these big box games, be it PC, Atari ST or Amiga. They're just totally unbeatable when it comes to the artwork. Right, this one was a very recent Facebook purchase, and it is a clear or transparent or skeleton Saturn pad. Now I love these Saturn pads. Now this Saturn Mark II pad design is probably up there with my favourite pad designs of all time. It's one of my favourite controllers, just feels fantastic, everything about it, I love them. And yeah, just could do with another pad in the collection for multiplayer, so I picked that one up. It was reasonably cheap, I think it was about 15 quid posted, which is awesome. And sticking on the theme with the pads and the transparent pads, I picked up another clear purple N64 controller. I do have one of these boxed, but quite often play multiplayer N64 when I have the mates round, so it never hurts to have a few more controllers. Now this one was basically a gift from Lee, aka Retro Chef, and I asked Lee how much you want for it. He had it on Facebook and he just said, look, you can have it. I ended up doing sort of a trade where I gave him Shinobi on 3DS, but seeing as Shinobi's worth a £5 at the most, and this is definitely worth a lot more, I consider this to be a gift. So thank you very much, Lee. And the stick on this is the stiffest stick I've ever felt ever since I first unboxed my N64 back in the day. It is absolutely fantastic, so cheers for that, mate. What else we got? Yes, so obviously my copy of Tanglewood came, so you might have seen that a while back I did a video review of it and a little playthrough video, but they were both done on my press cart, so I was still waiting on my physical copy to come. And this is, yeah, absolutely fantastic. The presentation of this, Matt has absolutely smashed it. It looks amazing. So I went for the classic black Mega Drive case, and I think it looks brilliant. It really does. Gorgeous manual and everything, and you get these postcards, so you get a different postcard in each. I don't know if they're numbered, but this one's Chapter 3 Act 3 Heritage Nighttime, and you got a little picture of a jack chasing Nim there. So yeah, chuffed with that. Really enjoyable game. If you haven't picked up Tanglewood yet, you should go and check out my review and maybe pick it up, because I think it is a fantastic game. Really chuffed with that. Okay, so what else we got? I'm just trying to remember what I've got, because there's so much going back some time. This one came a while back. I did consider doing a video on this separately, but I didn't. And this is very heavy Bitmap Books, The Art of Point and Click Adventure Games. Really gorgeous book. It's just feels and looks amazing, and it weighs an absolute ton. So you've just got artwork from every adventure game that you could ever imagine in here. You've got articles, interviews, all sorts. Absolutely fascinating, and I absolutely love pixel art, as many of you know, and this is just a no-brainer for me to pick this up. I forget how much it was, but if I remember, I'll leave a link to Bitmap Books in the description, and you can go and see if it's still available. I'm sure you're more than capable of just googling Bitmap Books if I don't put the link, but yeah, it's a massive book, really, really gorgeous, really thick. Look at that, tons and tons of gorgeous artwork and some really, really interesting stuff in there, and they've done a great job again on that. They do some really good books, they do. Let's pop that down there. Oh yeah, I did also buy this, just a random little thing, a little Codsworth, I think it's a pop vinyl, is it? I don't know, but it was about £6, so I thought we'll stick that on the little Fallout shrine. God damn it. Yeah, so I thought we'll stick that on the little Fallout shrine there. What else did I buy? I bought this thing. Can you see this? It's like a little Pixel Pals thing. And I think they sell these in game, but I think I bought it on Amazon. It's just a little pixelated Sonic, but it lights up if I turn the light off there, which is awesome. It looks so cool. I don't know if the camera does it justice. It looks pretty good from here on the camera, but it looks great in person. It's just a nice little thing to have in the cabinet there. Really cool. What else did I buy? I'm sure I bought some other figure. Oh yeah, I bought this. I can't remember where I bought this, but it was on sale very, very cheap, and it's one of these little controller holder business, a Sonic one. I've just had my Game Boy Advance SP in there because I've been playing that recently, so I've just had that sat in there, but it's just like a little ornament. I've got it by the B&O there, and I'll just stick a game or whatever console I'm playing or whatever in there at the time. And I think that's it apart from the Switch. So basically what happened with the Switch is I wanted a Switch for ages, as some of you know. Now when my laptop broke and I was going stir crazy, I thought, right, fuck it, now's the time to get a Switch. So on the Saturday after after my laptop broke, I went down to CEX with a load of old tat that I had lying around, and I exchanged it, and I ended up getting a absolute ton of credit. So I bought a decent bundle. So I'll show you guys what I picked up. So first of all, I got the red Switch, the Mario Odyssey one. Now because this is second hand, it obviously doesn't have the Mario Odyssey game download in there, but I'm not too bothered about that. I'm not even sure if I'm going to pick that up or not, but it was a case of condition really. I wanted one of the grey ones because they cost £250 in credit, but the grey one they had, it wasn't in the greatest nick, and I didn't want the is it blue and red sort of neon one. So I said, look, I'll just take the one with the red one. They look really good with the two red Joy-Cons, and it was $275 in credit, and I didn't pay anything because it was all exchanging old tat anyway. So yeah, chuffed to get the Switch. I'm really enjoying the Switch so far. A few games I still want to get, but I've got a few games here that I'm really enjoying. I also got from CX a Pro controller. I really like these controllers. I know that some people don't like them, and CEX was saying actually that a lot of people trade them in because they just don't like the feel of them, but I think they're fantastic. Really nice controller, really comfortable and functional, but they are quite expensive. I think they're about 55, 60 new, and CEX sell them 58, so because it's credit, it's not so bad. Like I said, didn't pay out anything. It didn't come boxed. They didn't have any boxed ones, sadly, but I'm not that bothered really. I did buy this just to play, so that's all good. I also got I got this like little case thing for the Switch online. And I also got this from Game, which is just a little dock to charge the Joy-Cons. It charges 4 Joy-Cons, so that's just stuck behind the TV at the minute. And I bought this online as well, and this was 18 quid, which I think is a bit of a bargain. Now, it's this silly Starlink box thing, so it's on the Switch. Starlink comes with like exclusive Star Fox story, so that's what I've been playing first. I've been playing through this Star Fox story, and I'm really enjoying it actually at the moment. I played it for a couple of hours earlier. I think it's a really good game, and essentially what it is, I believe, is you get this little Joy-Con adapter thing in here as a controller, and you can stick the ship on, and then you can stick the weapons and the pilot and stuff in it. It kind of works, I guess, like an Amiibo would work, or Disney Infinity. But the great thing about this is entirely optional, so I haven't even taken any of this out of the box. So you can play it all digitally. So I've only ever used the actual game. So you just put the game cart in, and you get the option to just play digitally, so you don't have to use all the toy add-ons and everything, which is great. But it was 18 quid brand new online. I forget where it was, but it would be like Game or Argos or one of the main distributors, or Amazon. But yeah, really good game. It's kind of like a space flight sort of exploration game, so I guess in a similar vein to, what's it called, No Man's Sky. So you're going between planets and you can harvest stuff on planets and you do missions and stuff. And although I didn't actually play No Man's Sky, I know it got a pretty bad rap, but I think this is great. I'm really enjoying this. I've heard the character development in the story gets really good, so I'm still very early on in that. I also bought online Sonic Mania Plus, which I was holding out on buying the physical one, Sonic Mania Plus, until I got a Switch. So as soon as I got a Switch, I picked that up. And we all know Sonic Mania is awesome, so happy to have a physical copy of that. I got this from CEX with the console, so that was Mario Kart 8. I forget what that was, but it's something like 50 quid in credit. So again, paid absolutely nothing for that, and nothing really needs to be said about Mario Kart 8. It's absolutely fantastic. Looks gorgeous on the Switch. Really chuffed with that. So that's it. For Switch stuff, I do have a few games I've bought digitally, like I said, that Gekido and a few others, but I might do another video on that after a few weeks and sort of do a first impressions of the Switch video and show you guys what I've been playing and what I've downloaded and what I think of all the games. So I may do that, so let me know if that kind of thing appeals. So now, last little pile of games. So right before Christmas, because at Christmas I have about 12 days off every year, and I didn't really have anything to play, and I really wanted to play this, but I didn't want to spend 50 quid on a new game. That kind of thing doesn't really appeal to me, spending that much money. But someone popped it up on Facebook and wanted 35 quid for it just before Christmas, so I thought, yeah, absolutely happy to get it for 35 quid, and then I can play it over Christmas. And that's Red Dead Redemption 2 on the PS4. And I did play it a bit over Christmas, and I kind of gone off it. So I haven't played it for a good few weeks, but I will go back to it because I really want to finish a story, and I heard the story escalates and gets really good. But I will say that I don't like it as much as I like the first game. I think they added a bit of unnecessary gubbins into the game, kind of like they did with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. They added some things that maybe added to the realism but didn't add to the enjoyment of the gameplay. So there's little things that I find a little bit unnecessary with this game, but it looks great and everything, and I know that everybody focuses on, oh wow, it looks great. It's like, sure, but how a game looks is way down the list of importance when I look at how I'm going to enjoy a game. I am kind of enjoying it, but I did get a little bit bored of it, so it didn't kind of grab me like the first game did. But still, like I said, I'm going to carry on and finish it. This one I bought ages ago and I completed, and that's Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now that's not the latest one, that's the one before, because I always wait until games are dirt cheap, so I waited until this is about 12 quid, and I paid 12 quid for this. It's the 20-year celebration one, so it's got like a weird feeling little case there. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. It's really, really good. I got quite into collecting a lot of the you know, the collectibles and all that, and then I kind of got tired of it, so I had finished the story entirely, and I did a lot of the kind of side things, and then I got bored of it. But I definitely got my £12 worth out of it. I must have played it for, you know, 60 hours or so, and I really, really enjoyed it. This one I actually bought yesterday, and that is from Cash Converters, or Crack Converters if you like, and that's Eco and Shadow of the Colossus on the PS3. This is another one that I have them on PS2, I have them downloaded on the PS3, but I always kind of had it in the back of my mind, I must add that physically to my PS3 collection, because as we all know, the download support and what have you for consoles isn't going to last forever, so I just thought I'll add that into the collection. That was £9 from Cash Converters, so that's decent. And then last but certainly not least is a gift I got at Christmas. Now, I don't get gaming stuff for Christmas from anyone. My missus will absolutely categorically refuse to buy me anything gaming for Christmas or birthday, because she says I've got enough, quote unquote. And then yeah, my family don't really get me gaming stuff, so I never get games. But the missus did very kindly get me this, which was on my Amazon wish list, and it is the Blu-ray of Bedrooms to Billions, the Amiga years, and as you can see, it's still sealed. I haven't got around to watching this. I kind of forgot it was on the shelf until today when I was digging out my pickups, and I was like, damn, I must watch this. But yeah, the Amiga being my #1 all-time favourite gaming system, I absolutely had to get this, and I'm really, really looking forward to watching it. Documentary all about the you know, the Amiga years in computing and in the gaming industry, so sounds right up my street. So I think, guys, that is it. That's probably dragged on way longer than I planned, but there you go. That's what happens when you don't do a pickups for 6 months or so. So yeah, let me know what you think of all the business. Thank you very much to people mentioned in the video, and hopefully I'll remember to link everyone down in the description. Go and check them out, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.